Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, just copy and paste. How hard can that be? When the customer completely forgets what happened on the scoping call. It's in your inbox. Can I have a wake-up call for 5 a.m.? They should be smarter than this. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Just copy and paste. How hard can that be? I'm a little old apprentice in a smallish tech company, providing small things like email and web hosting to VPS and colo rental. With this gentleman, we were dealing with an Outlook issue. Normally quite simple, most problems can be fixed through a phone call or guides, as they are user-related. Any other problem are remote support and chargeable. But this gentleman has a track record of being the most difficult of people to help. I have been told that no matter how much you try, the man will just complain. M equals me, GM equals gentleman. GM, hi, I need help with my Outlook. It's just not working. I've walked into the office today, expecting it to work. You need to help me. M, okay, of course. What seems to be wrong with your Outlook? Can you see any errors on screen? GM, I can't access a website I want to see. Why can I not see it? I've never had an issue like this. M, trying to decrypt the situation, okay, is the link from an email? And you're trying to open it? GM, I'm trying to open this link I've been given, and it won't just open. Why is technology so difficult? This is ridiculous. M, okay, I can help you with that. While saying this, I'm trying to figure out the best way to help this man without making life more difficult. His voice already sounded like he was close to shouting. So when you click the link, do any errors come up on the screen? GM, when I click the link, nothing happens. I told you this. Why is this so difficult? F**************************** ing hell. M, doing my best, and at this point I knew that I may be hit with a hurl of abuse. Okay. What I will do is look into this issue, and get back to you. I can give you an alternative method so you can go to those links? GM, just tell me how I can open these links. M, okay. What we are going to do is copy and paste the link into a browser. This was a dated version of Outlook that he insisted on using, can't remember which, but did not have the option to open in browser when right-clicked, that way you can access what you need to. If you can. GM, sorry, this is an alternative method? Why are you making it more difficult? I'm not technically minded, and I just want to open these ing links. It's not hard to understand. M, that's fine. I can look into the problem and get back to you. What's the best new? GM, no, I need this fixed now. I need to open this link. M, I can talk through the steps I mentioned just now. That will be a temporary method until I have found a fix for your problem. GM, fine. M, okay. Open Outlook and go to the email that has the link in it. When you hover your mouse pointer over the link, your mouse should change into a pointer. Can you see that? GM, yes. I can. What now? M, getting excited, many struggled to help this man, but I was getting closer to that sweet ticket closure. Okay, so if you right-click your mouse now, you should see a small box with some options in it. One should show that says copy. Can you click on the option that says copy for me? GM, yes. M, okay, brilliant. That's half of the method. You've just copied your link to your mouse. Now we need to paste the link into your browser. Can you? GM, no. No. I am not doing this. You're not helping. Stop doing this and help me. We pay a lot of money to you, the accounts team called. You don't, and you're not giving me the support I'm entitled to. This is ing ridiculous. Phone hangs up. From that day, my colleague have applauded how far I got with him. And since that day 6 months ago, we have not heard a peep from him. When the customer completely forgets what happened on the scoping call. To set the stage, I support healthcare software which tracks your medical chart, but the clinic can also schedule your next appointment in our software. Some customers have a third-party schedule application as well that sends reminders and such. We export the scheduled data over to them. This third party was updating the way they mapped the location of care, LOC, of each appointment, so they wanted all the appointments from the last month re-exported over to them. This week, Tuesday, customer puts in a support case with us to push over all the data to the third party. They want it done after hours. I set up a call with the customer to scope out the work. How much data is needed, what time are we going to do this, etc. On the call/screen share is the practice manager or something, we'll call her Jane, not her real name. Also on the call is Todd, also not his name. Todd is the IT guy who can get us in the database. Todd remotes into the DB server and opens SSMS. I run a couple queries so that Jane can see how much data we're talking about here. We get some input from Todd and together the two of them decide that they want everything from October 1st to the present pushed over to the third party. Friday, I start the WebEx. The rep from the third party, Mark, not his name, joins. Jane joins. We talk about nothing while waiting for Todd. Getting bored and frustrated, I'm asked if I can start the data push. No. That's what we need Todd for. I have no access without him. Jane makes a phone call or something and finally Todd joins the call. Jane explains what we're doing, again, with this call and tells Todd that we need DB access. He says okay, so are you going to send me a log me in or something? I explained to him that the WebEx info was in the invite that he received on Tuesday. And he called into a WebEx conference line just now. So I send him a reminder from the WebEx with all the login info. He finally joins the screen share. He then asks what server we need to connect to. Not the function of the server, but the server name. The RDP session opens and we're on the server and he asks now what? I tell him we need to get into the database and he starts SSMS. Then has to ask for the password. It's like I was working with an entirely different person. Like he was never an active part of the meeting on Tuesday. The rest of the call goes pretty well to plan. What should have taken 5 to 10 minutes at the most has taken 25 to 30. A little over 30,000 rows of data start flowing and Mark is able to confirm that they're getting the data. It's in your inbox. Way back in the late 90s I was the manager of a support and help desk group. I'd come up through the ranks, so I was and am sensitive to the misery of supporting difficult people. Even as far back as the time of this story, I hated fax machines. Every single tiny little organization in the company seemed able to demand that my group buy and maintain these stupid, fiddly things. As my hatred of them grew, I'd walk around and see them everywhere. It was a nightmare for me. So, I worked with my boss and got approval for a skunkworks project to use fax capture cards and turn the incoming faxes into TIFF images and forward them as email attachments to the recipient. The project worked, and we scaled up the hardware until we had a box that had 16 cards in it. We were able to eliminate all the fax machines in the company with this approach, and best of all, each person in the company could have their own personal fax number. We could do this because we had a huge block of unused inbound DID numbers that terminated on our Centrex. After approximately 900 million emails to the entire company and several training sessions, that mostly consisted of open your email from inbound fax XXXX, and you will see your inbound fax repeated over and over again, we cut over to the new system. People got new business cards hand-delivered to their desks, and all was well. Except for terribly minor executive X in legal, TMEX. This person was apparently having a really difficult issue with the new system. He called into the help desk and informed them that he was unable to receive faxes, and that since he was an incredibly important person, he would simply continue to use the old mechanical machine. This was fine, and this situation lasted about a year. After a year or so, the maintenance contract on the old fax machine expired, and my boss told me not to renew it. So, we sent an email to TMEX informing him that the old machine would be retired, and that since hundreds of people had been successfully using the new system, we expected that whatever issue he had would no longer be an issue. And so, we disconnected the machine and rolled it away. Everywhere I looked, no fax machines. It was good. Immediately on Monday, we get a call from TMEX. TMEX, I have missed hundreds of pages of faxes. Help desk person there on the log. Let me check something. HDP, yes, they were delivered to your inbox. TMEX, no, they weren't. HDP, oh, let me escalate. TMEX, this entire system is sh*t, you are sh*t, and your team is sh*t. Nothing works. So the poor person on help desk escalated the situation to me, and I looked into it. Yes, indeed, all the faxes had been delivered to his email and were sitting there unread. So I went over to see this super friendly and kind person. Me, hello TMEX, it's me from the help desk team, what's the problem? He immediately begins cursing at me and blaming me for everything. He then points to his physical mail organizer with a slot on it labeled inbox, and he yells at me. See? There's nothing in my inbox. I've missed hundreds of super, insanely, ridiculously important faxes upon which the entire fate of civilization as we know it depend, you massive idiot. Only a slight exaggeration. So, I ask him to open his email. This insanely brilliant person has created a spam filter and put our fax system in it. TMEX, I was getting too many emails. You cannot possibly expect me to look at so many emails. So I make him a fax folder on his email client. TMEX, but it's not in my inbox. The solution was to have one of the poor, hapless admins get his faxes, print them out, and then physically place them in his inbox. If only I could have legally resorted to violence. Can I have a wake-up call for 5 a.m.? This goes back a fair few years now, and quite possibly some of the other guys I worked with are on here and will remember this. Anyway, I used to work support for a hotel management system. Pretty complete system, making and tracking bookings, etc. But it also hooked into a lot of third-party systems, such as point of sale, telephone call logging, automatic charging of calls from hotel rooms to customer bills, accounting software. You get the idea. We had one customer, a small group of hotels dotted around the country, UK, I'm being purposefully vague, who had their own internal IT support for general computer/phone issues, and they only were supposed to call us specifically for issues relating to our software. Part of our job included a rota system where we were on call 24 hours a day, so could get woken up at any point in night. So on to the actual event. Their IT either updated or replaced the phones in all bedrooms. Part of this included adding speed dial, dial 0 for reception, except, and to this day I can't see how they screwed this up so bad, on one phone in one bedroom of one hotel, they repurposed an old reception phone, and didn't think to check the speed dial, which someone had set to our help desk. Cue the months of sporadic calls at any time between midnight and 2 a.m. from random businessmen asking for 5 a.m., or some other time, wake-up calls. When you're woken up at 2 a.m. for a non-emergency, all you want to do is get them off the phone and go back to sleep, so it was always a quick you need to dial reception, this is a support line, and hang up. It took their IT probably a year or more to find and resolve this issue for us. I'm pretty sure at one point we asked one of the guys that called us what room he was in, so the hotel group's IT didn't even have to find the phone. They were just not that bothered by it. I'll always remember the day I came off the out-of-hours rota. That was a good feeling. They should be smarter than this. I'm the IT manager for a CPA firm. Recently Intuit screwed everything up by forcing mandatory updates. If you didn't install the update, you couldn't use the software. That's an entirely different complaint. We've got 2 hosted environments for QuickBooks. I can't install midday without stopping folks' work, so I got everyone out of host A and blocked new logins, and updated host A. Once that was done, I opened host A back online, and blocked host B off to new logins. This way, I minimize the impact on the staff, and have an easy resolution for the people who need the updated versions of QuickBooks. I sent out an email and a Teams notification, telling everyone what happened. If they don't need QuickBooks, they're fine where they are. If they need QuickBooks and they get the update notification, that means they're in host B. All they have to do is log out, and when they log back in, they will get forced into host A, where everything's updated. I tell them all that host B will be updated this weekend, as per our normal schedule. I didn't check my emails until this evening, and what do you know, half a dozen people whining about the QuickBooks notification. And to make it even more fun, rather than contact the address that goes to both members of the IT department, they decided I was the only one who could help them of their self-inflicted emergency. I realize this is sounding incredibly whiny, but it was either this or start a chain of events that probably gets posted on the anti-work subreddit. One of the people was a firm partner, so it really limits my ability to push back.